Look, I grew up watching LSU football, and just being around those guys and seeing them play in Tiger Stadium, I think it gives us all motivation. It all gives us a sense of family. I wanted to bring them back. You know, at Miami, we brought back all the players. They were always there. At USC, Marcus Allen would be on my side. You know, all the great players would come back. They'd be in the dressing room. I remember playing against Notre Dame. We're going down the tunnel. Ron Yerry is screaming in the tunnel. I just remember Jerome Brown and them calling Cortez Kennedy, you know, before the game. I think that's a great tradition that LSU can have. And we brought all the guys back. They're going to be back again. Our guys love having them around. We brought some of the greats back. Derek brought Tommy Casanova, all the great ones back, and they talk to the team. And I just think it gives us strength and unity and makes them feel important because they bled the purple and gold.
Welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. I'm Tommy Krysan along with Jordy Hultberg. Jordy, good evening. How are you?
I'm terrific. 1 down and 11 to go.
LSU
and a good
gets
one.
One down, gets an impressive night down in the Superdome in New Orleans. Crowd was about what we all figured, 50 or so. But it was a good performance in particular for the Tiger defense. They kind of sent a little message on a weekend when not a lot of defense got played in this country.
When you think about all the players that LSU lost defensively, how young that defensive group was, they looked like they were in the right place. They looked like they knew what they were supposed to do, and they did it. That was the most impressive thing to me. Overall, to hold that, LSU did to BYU what Alabama did to LSU the last time LSU was in the Superdome, and that was that national championship debacle.
My question is this, BYU. We all kind of thought they'd play a little better than they did against Portland State. I don't know that they played any better. I think LSU had something to do with that. Let me rephrase that. They had a lot to do with that. Curious to see how BYU is going to fare going forward. If
Hopefully,
they win 8 or 9 games
that'd be great.
again,
that'd be great.
That means better for LSU's performance.
Absolutely.
If they're 4-6, 5-6 when we get down the road, then everybody's doing it to them. But I think they ran into a buzzsaw. They ran into an LSU football team that was ready to play.
Fast.
Speed. No substitute for speed. I would venture a guess that those BYU players, they were thinking, wow, this is way faster. Because we know you can't simulate it in practice. You can have a scout squad. You can say, hey, LSU's going to run this play. But when the real guys do it, when the lights are on and the game happens, it's a different world. Same thing for other teams. So overall, LSU against BYU, I think it's an A-. You got to have an A because they tossed a shutout. Okay, the minus, the 10 penalties, and a couple other things.
Look, no turnovers, no sacks allowed. I thought Danny Etling was brilliant in what he was asked to do and how he executed that. For a first game with so many 17 freshmen playing and a lot of first-time players that were redshirt freshmen like a Greedy Williams, pretty darn good.
And I think
pretty darn good.
Some of the mistakes that we saw, and then I'm sure when the coaches looked at the tape, they saw other things that we didn't see. It's all stuff that I think can be cleaned up. And the old game to 1 to 2 cliche, but I think they can clean up these things. And I guarantee you, I wasn't in the locker room on Sunday or Monday, but I'll bet Ed Orgeron said we will not have 10 penalties next week.
The biggest concern, and look, we can nitpick, and we have the advantage of looking at it again and again and again. And look, there's never going to be a perfect game. However, when LSU plays against better competition, you get in the red zone 7 times, you got to score more than 2 touchdowns. That's it. Plain and simple. Particularly when you go on the road. You do that on the road and get 10 penalties, that's the formula for a loss. There's no such thing as a perfect game. I thought if you had to draw a blueprint, you couldn't draw much better. Couldn't do it. Look, and let's face it, week 1. Did Alabama look like the same Alabama team they were a year ago?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Great defense, great special teams, and an offense that just didn't get in the way.
Well, yeah, but
did Florida look the same? No offense. Really good defense. No offense. No offense.
That was bad news.
I mean, it's kind of, to me, the surprise of
carryover.
The surprise of the weekend was that the more you change, the more things stay the same. They all look the same to me. Now, I don't know how they're going to evolve.
One game.
It's one game. Alabama looked like Alabama.
Okay.
They just did. Florida, no offense. Tennessee, how they won is beyond me, and how Kevin Sumlin and John Chavis still have a job is beyond me.
Wow on that one, huh? Hey, it was a nice night in the Superdome, and now we can look back. That game getting moved to the Superdome, it all worked out. Yeah, it wasn't jam-packed, jelly-tight in the stadium.
Superdome was also in contention. And look, our thoughts and prayers for those to the west of us, our thoughts and prayers to those to the east of us with Irma. There was talk about Miami, Tampa Bay coming to play in the Superdome, but they did the right thing. Let them play because Miami doesn't want to lose another home game because they're going to London to play the Saints. So they're going to keep it week 11. Just a mess. There's 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic as we speak.
Yeah, it's affecting a lot of schedules.
Crazy.
And just ironically, the NFL, they both had an open date in week 11, so they can play the game. That was a little finding the needle in the haystack.
How about new AD at Florida, and he moves the game from a nighttime game to a 12 noon Eastern time start? Isn't that what LSU proposed a year ago?
You know, it's funny
Isn't that what they did?
It's funny you say that. I was on the LSU campus today. I had to take care of a few things in the athletic building. I'll just leave it at that. That conversation came up that if only the Florida AD who's there now, Scott Strickland, had been there last year,
we'd be
LSU
playing another
Florida,
home game.
Yeah, it would be a whole other world.
Jeremy
but he
Foley.
was not in that
Jeremy
position.
Foley, what were you thinking?
And, of course, now Commissioner Sankey can rule on that. They changed all that.
Amazing.
Now, back to the Superdome.
Yes.
27-0, LSU beats BYU. It was one of those games where about halfway through the second quarter, you knew BYU wasn't going to win the football game. You didn't know what the score would be. You didn't know who was going to do what, but that team was not going to beat LSU on that night. After the game, Coach Ed Orgeron, in obviously his first regular season game as the permanent head coach, we can get all them tags and labels out of the way now. Here's his comments after the game. Again, 27-0 over BYU in the Superdome in New Orleans.
The way to prepare this football team. We played as many as 5 freshmen on defense that had started to play, several freshmen on offense, and I was just proud of the way they played. You know, a couple of things, 0 sacks, 0 turnovers on offense was fantastic. We held them to -5 yards rushing. Another tremendous job by defense, and just got to credit Dave Aranda, Pete Jenkins, 2 of the best in the business. Corey Raymond didn't allow any deep balls. The one they tried to throw, we picked it. Dennis Johnson, just a tremendous job of our staff. Special teams, we got some things to fix, but we will. We're going to get better. I thought they came back the second half and rallied. Obviously, we want to eliminate the penalties. I think it was first game jitters, obviously, but we're going to fix them. We want to get better in the red zone. We should have made a couple of more touchdowns in the red zone, but we know that. We're going to fix it, but we'll get to watch the tape and take the next step. Our thoughts and our prayers are with the people from Houston. We know they're going to fight back. Thoughts and prayers of all the families that were affected, of our players. I'm proud of the players from Houston. A lot of them played tonight, played very well through adverse conditions all week. But again, we're going to get back on the bus. We'll look at the film tomorrow and get prepared to take the next step next week.
About the potential of progression in this offense, especially with Christmas reward.
No question. No question. Say that again, man.
Are you excited about the potential of progression in this offense?
Yeah.
Considering the foundation that you guys laid out.
Yeah, no question.
Would it be safe to say that you only had to roll out a portion of the offense and you didn't see it all?
No, all the first down passes, all the intermediate passes. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he didn't have to run, but he had it on the skull sheet. He gave me a skull sheet. It's about like that. And I guarantee you might have used 10% of it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have a lot of guys back. Here's what happened with our wide receivers. First of all, we brought Jerry Sullivan in as a consultant, one of the top wide receiver coaches in all of football. He worked hard with Mickey, and Mickey worked very hard. And then Mickey followed his drills, his footwork stuff, coached them on the field, coached them in the classroom, got the guys on our judge machine. I think they're just a better coach unit this year. I think they're more experienced. And again, the guys that we started tonight were the guys that we thought that could catch the football. Maybe not the most athletic guys on the football team, but the guys that we knew would catch the football.
Just take one more.
guys that weren't here tonight? It's a humbling experience for them.
You know, obviously we don't handle everything in-house, but I expect our guys that were not here tonight to bounce back and have a great week next week. Thank you, guys.
Hey, let's tell you what else we got coming up on tonight's program. A little bit later on, we're going to visit with Jim Reynolds. Tell the folks who Jim is.
Reynolds is the Hall of Fame play-by-play announcer for the UT Chattanooga Mocs. And it's not moccasins, it's Mockingbirds. So we'll talk to the play-by-play voice. Been doing it for 35 years. And interestingly enough, he does basketball as well. So we'll ask him about his time with the current LSU basketball coach, Will Wade, because he coached for a couple years for the Mocs.
So we'll have that. We'll also have Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com give you the very latest of recruiting. We got more Ed Orgeron. We got some LSU players. We got some other scores from around the state.
Can we talk about Les Miles, too?
You can. Go ahead. He's your buddy.
Did you see Les Miles on TV?
No, I did not.
Did you hear about it?
I heard, yeah,
how Les said
the bathroom,
yeah,
and he didn't turn the mic off.
Went up, and said, guys, sorry, gotta go to the bathroom. That'd be like me going, TK, I gotta go to the bathroom, see ya. Didn't turn my mic off and kept going, and
I think
it was hysterical.
That was staged.
No, it wasn't.
Come on.
No, it was not. It was not.
That had to be planned.
It was not. No way.
It was not choreographed?
Not choreographed. It was spontaneous. It was, you know what it was? Les was in his comfort zone. He was with coaches, and they were talking ball. And he just said, guys, I'm sorry, I got to go to the bathroom.
He didn't know they had cameras all right there.
He didn't even know. I'm just telling you, Les doesn't think that way.
Well, we're going to agree to disagree. I think it was planned so that everybody would talk about it.
Because when you saw their faces?
No, because everybody could talk about it then. Just like we're talking about it now. That's what the purpose was.
No, it's because it's Les.
Okay. We're going to
What's
take
Les
a break.
going to do when he does his ball game and it's 4th and 1 at the 1 yard line and the game's getting ready?
He's going to give it to Hester.
And it's ticking down. And he's going, you know, that Texas Longhorn team's going to have a real want to get into the end zone.
Not a good weekend to be a Texas A&M Aggie fan, a Texas Longhorn fan, or a Baylor Bear fan, huh? Let's get to this break, come back. We got a lot more
LSU
for
stuff.
you.
Come on. It's all good.
We appreciate you being tuned in. Spread the roar. The original airing each week's on a Wednesday night. You got replays. You got it on the YouTube page mid-morning Thursday, youtube.com.
You're very cynical.
Pelican
You're very,
Broadcasting.
thinking that thing was staged. You're very, that's cynical.
I'll bet you a thing of sprinkle spice from
You're on.
Tremonti.
You're on.
We got to find out
They
the
can't be
answer,
that.
though.
They can't be that smart. No,
We're back
I'll
after
call
this break
Les.
with more Tiger Roar. Stay with us.
I'll find out.
Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm back. Roger Cador here. Come watch Clarence Bugs and I as we team up to bring up all of the positive things taking place at Southern University in the state of Louisiana. It can all be seen on the Pelican Sports. That's the best one. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's the best one.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every one.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities, including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com. With Tigers Roar, Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan with you. Jordy, so now as Coach O said, you got to get ready for the next game. Chattanooga, an FCS school who lost to Jacksonville State. I know where you're going, so take the floor, sir.
We're better than that. Look, the SEC needs to do like the Big Ten. Can't schedule these games anymore. The players don't want to play in it. The fans don't want to see it. Chattanooga's going to get a big check, and you're going to accomplish nothing. That's my opinion. I hate these kind of games.
I don't know how long out this was scheduled, but I'm with you, and I'm saying they need to, as they go forward. Sometimes these games are scheduled 3-4 years out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, LSU's going to do it because Alabama does it, Mississippi State does it. Oh, the league has to get together and say what is it? What is the slogan? Where things matter more, or something like that.
Yeah, it just means
it
more.
Just means
yeah,
more.
Well, Chattanooga doesn't mean
it just
more.
means what Chattanooga doesn't mean more. Furman doesn't mean more. Stop playing these games. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody.
Well, I think if you make the old list of the pros and the cons are great. Are so much higher. Do you want to get somebody hurt in this game? No. The fans, they want their money and the TAF fees and all that to watch the Chattanooga Mocs play? No, they don't. Now you're not going to play Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Michigan every time.
Right.
But
there's better teams.
You got to go get an FBS school. Go get Kansas. Go get Indiana.
Right.
Go get somebody like that, who is in a Power 5 conference, but maybe you would view it as a softer chance than one of the top.
It would
10
be. It would
teams.
just behoove, and it just behoove everybody. It's just look. When I played at LSU, we hated these kind of games. Hated them. Nobody gets excited about
Y'all
it.
couldn't get excited for athletes in action. You remember
They
that?
beat the heck out of us too. We learned from that. But it meant a lot to me to play Tulane because that's my home. My home city. But everybody else could care less. Could care less. Some of the other schools we had to play. So we went to Coach Brown and said, no more. Come on, we're better than this. Let's schedule.
Let's go play Louisville.
Let's go play UCLA. Let's go play Washington. Let's go play, and we did.
North Carolina State,
and it was,
whoever.
And I know basketball's different. Right. You can lose games and you can still get into the tournament, and then everything is anew. I understand football. Florida State season's over. It's done.
Especially losing the quarterback.
Losing the quarterback. Lose one game. Now, they have no margin of error the rest of the way. But golly, let's change how the committee rules and thinks about this Final Four. Let's look at the schedule in whole and who's playing the best and go from there.
Does some of this fall on LSU? And when I say that, I know Verge Osbury plays a large role in the scheduling, and he confers with Oliva.
Verge does what he has, but he talks to Les Miles.
He confers with Orgeron, Oliva,
Right.
and say, what do y'all think of this? I mean, kick it up a notch on your own end. The SEC or the NCAA doesn't pass a rule, Play Indiana or somebody.
But as long as
the issue with
teams in your league do it, LSU's going to do it.
And this would be the first thing Verge would say, and rightfully so. The issue, if you try to go get Indiana, they may want a return trip to Bloomington out of you. And, you're not going to do that, but the Mocs are never going to expect LSU to come to Chattanooga. You just fatten the check a little bit and say, we're not coming to see you. Indiana or someone like that might say, well, look, we'll take a little less money, but how about 2 years from now you come to our place?
I understand.
So, Mississippi State is in Ruston this weekend. Mm-hmm. They're playing Louisiana Tech. By the way, you can hear that on 9:10 a.m.
Did you hear Miami canceled their game with Arkansas State? What in the world? Who set that up? And how did that Arkansas State athletic director get Miami to agree to come play there? How did that happen?
Well,
and Mark Richt said, they said, we'll play Friday. Mark Richt said, no, see you later. He wasn't going to no Jonesboro, Arkansas, Miami. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. All I'm saying is no disrespect to Chattanooga. No disrespect. Shouldn't be playing them.
I agree with you.
Shouldn't be playing.
I agree. And I think the fans forking out the tab dollars and the ticket money and spending hundreds of dollars at Tremonti's to get all their tailgate and stuff. They don't want to. They want to see
We want to see
somebody
good
else.
games. We want to see good teams, good games.
I mean, it's going to be name that score. It's going to be high 40s, low 50s to nothing, or to 3 or to 7.
The narrative will be, yeah, but look at all the young players we got to play.
Well, they did that last week.
Exactly.
Against
Exactly.
BYU.
Exactly.
And I got a feeling.
I understand.
If you didn't have the suspensions, they'd still played a lot of
And I
people.
mentioned Les Miles because this schedule of this game was done when he was in control
Les
of
should have
things.
said, no, we're not playing Chattanooga.
Right. Right.
All
Thank
right. We will
But
turn
anyway.
forward like LSU must do, and all teams must turn to the next game on their schedule. Coach Ed Orgeron met with the media this week, a little different with the Labor Day holiday. But here's his comments about his team and the upcoming matchup with Chattanooga.
Good to see everybody on Competition Tuesday. Hope you had a great day off yesterday. Coming off a good team win versus BYU. We're very pleased with our preparation going into the game by our coaches and our players, and a very focused group the whole week and the whole trip down there. You can just tell before the game that they were ready to play, and for that we're pleased. And they believe in the preparation and the hard work. I got to thank Tommy Moffitt for the great job he did with our guys over the summer and into camp. They were in good shape. We came out the game pretty healthy. We were very physical, and I got to thank him. We are bigger, stronger, and faster because of the job that Tommy Moffitt and his excellent strength staff did. We're proud that we started 5 true freshmen and played 17 freshmen, and they did pretty well. And this is a fantastic freshman group, and we're going to continue to play those guys, and we're going to continue to grow with them. Some positives from our offense. First thing is about the ball, 0 turnovers and 0 sacks. Very proud of that. A great job by offensive line, Coach Grimes. Good job by Matt Canada calling the game, the protections, and us protecting the football. As you know, we had 41 minutes and 54 seconds time of possession. We only punted 1 time. Danny Etlin, we thought, played fantastic in managing the game. His passes were on the money. He made great decisions. He was 14 out of 17 for 171 yards. We ran the ball for almost 300 yards. It was a physical football game. We took what they gave us. Our wide receivers caught the ball well. We had 7 different players catch a pass and run with the football. I think it's the first time in a long time that LSU has done that. We're very proud of our play-action game. The things that we want to improve on and need to improve on, obviously, as you all know, is red zone efficiency. We made some mistakes down there. We got some different plays that we need to call, and we're going to work on that very hard this week, and we want to eliminate the penalties that we had, especially at the beginning of the game. On defense, again, another great job by our preparation, our coaching staff, led by Dave Aranda, who's one of the best in the business. An outstanding performance by the defense. Started 4 true freshmen, 97 total yards of offense, -5 rushing, the shutout. Just a tremendous job by defense, and we're going to continue to improve. We had a lot of guys play well, but everybody fit. We had all 11 doing their job most of the time. That's what we're most proud of. The things that we must improve on defense are communication, and we want to create more turnovers. On special teams, the positive was substitution. Our goal was to put 11 men on the field and fight like tigers, and we did that. We had a 32-punt return by DJ Chark, and that was a nice play in the ball game, set us up in great field position. We stopped the fake punt on 4th and 1. We have a punt safe. Our guys did a tremendous job. Great situational awareness there. The blocking on the kickoff return was outstanding. Darryl caught the ball, and obviously it should have been Clyde's ball. We'd like to see what Clyde would have done with it. Outstanding freshman. We're going to get better at that this week. Our field goal protection was good. They had blocked many kicks for that number 90, that 6'9" guy. Jeff worked very hard on our guys and didn't allow any penetration. Must improve kickoffs. We want our kickoffs into the end zone. Our kickoffs were not what it's supposed to be. We're going to open up the competition for who's going to kick off this week. We're going to make some changes there. Kickoff coverage. lane assignments. We're going to make some changes on the personnel that we had on kickoff. We're not happy with the kickoffs. We're not happy with our assignments. So we're going to improve in that area, and we don't want to have any penalties on the special teams. Now, our challenge this week is to press on. We want to press on towards Chattanooga. We're coming off a good win. We're coming off a team that's coming into our house, and we need to focus totally on them. We're looking forward to playing in Tiger Stadium, our first home game. I want to encourage the fans to get their tickets now. A sold-out crowd would be great for our young team. They come here expecting a sold-out crowd for Tiger Stadium. I know we're going to get it. I know that the Tiger Walk is going to be fantastic with the former players there. I just can't wait to walk into that stadium with our new team in Saturday night. On to Chattanooga. As we know, they lost to Jacksonville State 27-13. That's the film we've been studying. Tom Marth is their coach. He was a backup to Peyton Manning in the NFL. He's a very good coach. He has very good schemes. We're studying them right now, especially his offensive schemes. On offense, they're multiple. We've seen a spread. We've seen pro style. It was mainly spread versus Jacksonville State. We don't know what we're going to get. We're ready. Justin Raschetti is their first season at Chattanooga. He was at OC at Tennessee Tech, so obviously we've been studying his film too, not knowing what we're going to get, but I do believe we're going to be prepared. They have 4 returning starters. They had 300 yards versus Jacksonville State, scored 13 points. Their top players are Richard Bagley, running back, Joseph Parker, wide receiver, and Nick Tiana, a big quarterback. He had 23 passes for 218 yards, touchdowns, 2 interceptions with Jackson State, and also can run the ball. On defense, we're expecting a 3-4 defense to give us multiple looks. That 6 returning starters for 2016. They gave up 366 yards, Jacksonville State, and 27 points for Jacksonville State. Their top players are Tavon Lawson, linebacker, Tate Davis, linebacker, and Isaiah Mack, D-line. On special teams, they're averaging 19.2 yards on their kickoff return. The net point average is 37.5. Their field goal specialist, Victor Umo, was 2 of 2 on field goals. Solid football team. It's not going to be about them. It's going to be about us. Today is competition Tuesday. We focus on our preparation. We're looking forward to getting out there, being out in the heat today in the sun. It's a beautiful day in South Louisiana. We're excited about going to practice today.
You know, we've been around this town a lot of football seasons. I'm not feeling any buzz. I'm not feeling excited. Granted, it's only the middle of the week, and it is Chattanooga. It goes back to the point you made before we heard from Coach O that, I mean, people, it's the home opener. Because of that, there's going to be, I think, a good
It's a
crowd.
chance to go and
It's not going to
celebrate.
be jam-packed and jelly tight. It's not going to be 102,000 in there. It's going to be 80 or 85,000 in the place. Weather's supposed to be wonderful.
Yeah.
But no. So we'll see. I'm just not feeling it. I know it's only the middle of the week, and maybe by Friday we'll feel a little more. I don't know.
You don't want to go to the Skyline Club and get all the foods you can eat and watch the game?
Now I got a nice TV at home.
The schedule at home this year is not very good. Let's be honest. Losing that Florida game really hurt.
Right.
You got Auburn, Arkansas, Texas A&M. That's about it. And you got Troy, and you've got who? South Alabama? Syracuse, and Chattanooga. So
With that
sometimes
being
it's good,
said,
sometimes it's not so good.
We will go to break. Hey, don't forget to spread the roar about Tigers Roar. We're here every Wednesday with the original air and got replays Friday night at 7, Saturday morning at 10. ETEL cable system Friday and Saturdays at 2 o'clock. And, of course, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting, where you can watch this and many other things at your convenience.
You think LSU, Chattanooga, or Oklahoma, Ohio State? That's a pretty good game.
Yeah. And, by the way,
Auburn, Clemson, that's a pretty good game.
and in case you missed it, with the Florida game moving, LSU is now on the main platform of the SEC network, not the alternate channel. They blew that up on social media today.
Why is that
That's
alternate
official.
channel never on? Ever?
I mean, I don't know that I've looked at it, but
It's never. There's nothing to look at. It's just
so
never on.
anyway,
But here you go.
there you
6:30
go.
kickoff
SEC
on the
network.
on the SEC
and
network.
of course LSU number 12 in both polls this week.
Moved
AP
up one
and
in the
coaches poll.
one in the AP poll. Remained the same in the coaches poll.
We'll take a break. Come back with more of Tigers Roar. Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. On the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Like us on Facebook. like us on Twitter, and, of course, get our app, WUBR AM 910. It's free. It's in your App Store or Google Play. We'll be right back.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Hooper Road Car Care in Central has been serving customers for over 24 years. Locally owned by Donald and Gina Gaspard, they provide all types of car care, including brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, AC service, transmission, computer diagnostic, and much more. Hooper Road Car Care also provides towing services. Call 225-262-7127. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, 9695 Hooper Road in Central.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
Continue with Tigers Roar, telling you about WUBR. We told you to go get the app. Yes, we're on TuneIn, not leaving that, but get our app, WUBR 9:10 a.m. Great local lineup, Jordy Hulberg, Buddy Sanji, myself, Dave Scantiliato, Carlos Brown. Through the night, Louisiana Music Hall of Fame radio, hosted by Mike Shepard. WUBR, that's how you find it in the App Store. CBS Sports Radio affiliate, home of the Jim Rome Show, Monday through Fridays from 11 until 1. So check it out. Tell everybody about WUBR. And it also reminds me to tell you about the post-game show, because it is on both radio and TV. Immediately after the game, Buddy Sanji and I will have it on Pelican Sports TV and CBS Sports Radio. Get it on the smartphones when you're tailgating in the parking lot or you're stuck in traffic. Get it on the smartphones, the computers, the tablets. Get it on TV if you're at home. Radio and TV, 90-minute program, simulcast. Most important part about that program is your phone calls and your text messages. We'll get reports from the stadium, statistics, and everything else involved. The TV program repeats back-to-back on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. and 10:30 in case you missed it. Jordy, tell us about your radio program in the Lafayette market.
And New Orleans, since this television show goes into all of those markets, we're on from 2 to 4 each and every day on 103.7 FM, The Game in Acadiana, Sports 1280 in Nolens.
There you go. Now, Jordy, you have one more comment you wanted to make on the FCS schools.
I didn't want everybody to think I was, look, LSU's not the only team in this league that's doing this. You tell me who you'd like to play. These are some of the teams that SEC teams are playing this weekend. Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee Martin, Indiana State, Alabama A&M, Nicholls State, Northern Colorado, and UT Chattanooga. Now, does that float your boat at all?
It shouldn't be on the SEC
Shouldn't be on it.
schedule. I'm happy for Nicholls to go get a big check. It might beat A&M. Nicholls had Georgia on the ropes last year.
If Nicholls beats
Someone's not the
A&M,
coach
he's not at the post-game press
What about
conference.
your partner, John Chavis?
Got to go. How many times have we seen the Chief bend and break late?
LSU fans know it all too well. So, yeah, Jordy wasn't trying to make it unique to LSU.
No, everybody
Others,
does it. And that's why LSU does it. If the league mandates that you're not going to play those teams anymore, then LSU won't do it.
Jordy, your thoughts on Darius Geis? Pretty good night to get out the block.
Boy, I was concerned for a minute because the first half is like every play he got the ball. I'm like, my God, how many he had 20 carries in the first half.
Yeah.
Ended up with 27 carries, $120, 2 touchdowns, coming out of the backfield. They'll throw the ball to him more. He's just really, look, he's really good. He grades so high to the next level. He's going to, depending upon how the quarterbacks play, will dictate how high in the draft he goes. If the quarterbacks all, and there's a good quarterback class, if they all grade out well, and God knows teams need quarterbacks when you lose as much as you do in the NFL, but he'll be a high draft pick. He's really, really good. Knock on wood, he stays healthy.
Speaking of Darius Geis, we've got some comments from the Catholic High product. Here's Tiger tailback Darius Geis.
Position changes, a lot of new guys trying to adjust to it and stuff. I feel like we overall did all right, with it tonight. It's a lot of improvement. We had a lot of penalties early and stuff. We got to get everything fixed this week.
Running it 57 times, was that the game plan or just how it
ran it 57 times?
57 times as a team. Is that just the way it played out, or did you think that was coming a few days ago?
Football. We run the ball. We got to set the tone. Everybody knew we were running the ball. It's going to happen.
Darius, the guys that weren't able to be here tonight, you think that's it's kind of a tough experience when their team wins without them like that? Humbling, or they'll be eager to get back? What do you think?
Man, that's on them. Coach O always tells us, one team, one heartbeat, protect the team. They didn't. They got to do it with the gas.
How was it running without a fullback tonight?
It's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Until you just said that. I don't know. Well, it's still not different for me because anytime we run a play, we always got somebody leading us and pulling and leading us anyway. So that's kind of like my new fullback. So.
What'd you think of those young guys up front?
They came out ready to play. Like I told you, young guys got to be ready to go. And I even told Sadiq and Ed before the game, I'm like, bro, y'all, when y'all call, y'all come on. You're not in high school no more. Move on. Like, it's time to go.
Darius, when you're on the sideline, do you ever get a chance to just watch the defense out there, especially late maybe in this
It
game?
depends. Like when you're not you're not playing anymore, you get more freedom, to watch. But after every drive, like in the beginning and stuff, you with your coaches, correcting, talking to them about what happened, what did you see that drive. So 9 times out of 10, if you're in the game, not really. But, when you're done, then yeah, you get to watch.
Late in this one, what did you see? I mean, they held them to like 90-something yards, total yards.
I know, man. We kept them to negative rushing yards. Like, like I said, we had a lot of guys missing. The defense came ready. You had a lot of freshmen and redshirt freshmen playing. All those guys stepped up and were ready.
Everybody keeps talking about this freshman class. What do you see in them? Why are they different maybe than others?
Man, I don't know, bro. It's like they know they're not in high school no more. You know what I mean? They don't walk around. Every time they mess up or you do something wrong. I'm just getting here. I'm a freshman. Like they play like they practice and play like they veterans. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest key. My class we had a lot of childish guys. Still thinking they're in high school. this class, they just way mature than the previous classes, and I feel like that's a major step. Whenever you want to learn the offense, whenever you want to play, it's about maturity, it's about growing up. They know they're not in high school no more. So.
What's it like in this offense? Because it looked like you had a little more space when you touched the ball as opposed to maybe some years past.
It's the way Coach Cannon wanted everything set up, and it went as planned, and it was good. I like having space, so I prefer that.
So that's what you see out there too after game one.
Yeah, it's a lot of opportunity for us, in the future. Giving us space, it's gonna be fun.
Jordy, we heard a lot about DJ Shark a couple of years ago, about all this speed and all this talent, and like nobody saw him for a long time. And then now he's the go-to guy coming back numbers-wise.
How refreshing was that with Darius Geis? Honest answers and very, very frank about things. Hey, that's, you mess up, you pay the price. And they're not freshmen anymore. Come on. Yeah, he's terrific. Raise your standard for me, buddy. I like that. That a lot.
Good stuff. Let's hear from DJ Shark. He had the ball in his hands a bunch the other night against BYU.
Our defense, they can diagnose it sometimes. Sometimes they still can't. But we knew for a fact that they didn't know what was going on. They can only guess. So sometimes they guess right, but we knew that they didn't know what was going on. So in coming in, that's kind of how we game plan. They played a little different sometimes, but they did what we wanted them to sometimes. I feel like moving on, we'll be able to just get better. So I feel like playing against teams that don't really know us, and you can't really watch us 1 week and know what we're going to do because there's so many wrinkles in it, and it's kind of hard to game plan for us. So I feel like that's going to really help us.
What about the job that Danny did? The job that Danny did?
I'm very happy with Danny. I just found out he was like 14 for 17. And that's the best thing about it. When his number was called, he made the plays, and I feel like we can only help him, and he can help us. And if he ever throw a bad ball, I have to go get it. And if I ever run a bad route, I know he's going to put me in a good position. So I feel like today's game only going to be able to boost the passing game, more confidence in us.
Did you have more spacing than you probably are used to out there in the field today? Did you feel like you could find the open spots?
Oh, yeah. One thing I love about playing receiver is you can work your technique and work your routes. And today that was my main focus, working on my routes, getting open, and kind of showed on the post route. I really stuck with my technique and got open, and I feel like just moving forward, working on it every day, we're going to be unstoppable.
Darius talked about how this freshman class seems a little bit more mature than maybe previous classes. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely. At practice, those guys work hard just as hard as us. And it goes without saying they know what's asked of them, and you can kind of be nervous, and everybody kind of nervous putting them out there. But today they showed that when their numbers called, they're going to go out there and play, and that's the best thing about it. A lot of guys don't get this chance as freshmen, but you come to LSU, we expect you to play, and when their numbers called, they stepped up.
Danny.
We continue with Tigers Roar, a couple of players there. We got plenty more of that stuff to come, but we're going to get to a break because we're going to get a little view, a little perspective from the Mocs, the Mockingbirds. The
Mockingbirds.
Mocs. You go to their website, Mocs is everywhere.
You ever been to Chattanooga?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's a beautiful city. In the mountains, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
You've been up there?
Yeah. I've done some basketball games there.
I have not been there.
Mac McCarthy was a coach back then.
Can't say I've been there.
But anyway, Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament once. Yeah.
We come back. We're going to speak to Jim Reynolds, the Hall of Fame radio announcer for the Mocs. And as Jordy mentioned earlier, he knows a little bit about Will Wade, the new LSU basketball coach who spent a couple of years in Chattanooga. We'll do all of that when we return after this pause on Tigers Roar. Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-779-1032. 800-779-1032.
The HBCU football season will open with a bang at the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Two of the top HBCU teams in the nation will clash as the SWAC Southern Jaguars host the MEAC South Carolina State Bulldogs in the Battle on the Bluff. Kickoff set for 1:30 p.m. at Southern's A.W. Mumford Stadium. And the bands? Both the Marching 101 and the Human Jukebox will be grooving all weekend long. The 2017 MEAC SWAC Challenge.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Tigers Roar. I'm Tommy Kreisman along with Jordy Hultberg, and we have a special guest joining us.
Jim Reynolds, Hall of Fame broadcaster in the state of Tennessee for over 30 years, the voice of the mocks. And I've learned that the mocks are not a moccasin, a water moccasin. It's a mockingbird, right? Jim, good evening. How are you, buddy?
I am doing well. It's a modern-day mockingbird. I'll just say this. Anyone from Baton Rouge or throughout Louisiana that's been through Chattanooga, the interstate goes right next to the Tennessee River.
Yes, been there.
Part that you go on is the landmass there is called Moccasin Bend.
Okay.
Where Native Americans were there 2,000 years before both you and I were born. So the original name was Moccasins after Moccasin Bend, and they used the Indian logo, and that obviously became completely incorrect, and then they changed it, I think, in 1997 or something like that. So Mockingbirds, okay, I'll buy. Yes, we're the Mockingbirds.
Perfect. And they made some movie with the Mockingjay and made a gazillion dollars. So there you go. Anyway, what does this game mean? Because Chattanooga has played against the Alabamas of the world, the Auburns. They've played against big-time schools. What does it mean coming to Death Valley and Tiger Stadium?
Well, for me, it means one of those things to enjoy the atmosphere and soak it all in. Tom Arth, the first-year head coach, I said, come on now, your goals can't be the same against LSU as they were against Jacksonville State, but he does the old, we're just playing against perfection.
Right.
I don't even care what the score is and all that kind of stuff. But I'll go with the Brett Musburger thing. He's who always says, I've been in 1,000 football stadiums. Everyone has a scoreboard, so someone's keeping scores somewhere. So they say they're not worried about the money or the check or something like that. But I have a hunch if they go back to Chattanooga without that check, they're going to be upset. So, I understand what coaches are doing. They just want to take a step forward and get ready for the league season.
Well put. You took on Jacksonville State. It seems like eons ago. That was like before even the first weekend of college football. Came on the short end. But what do you see in the Mocs that you do well?
Defensively, they're pretty darn good. Their secondary is really good. They have a couple defensive linemen that are pretty talented. And they've kind of been known as a really good defensive team down through the years. That's always kind of been their bread and butter. They have a couple of defensive ends playing in the NFL right now. So defensively, I think they're going to be okay. They didn't move the football very well, and they had to kind of throw a new quarterback in there who'd never taken a snap in a Chattanooga game because their starting quarterback was suspended for 4 games because of NCAA academic violations, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of got them on a technicality. And while UTC said they were aware that was going on and they had appealed to the NCAA, I still think it threw them for a little bit of a loop or a little bit of a curveball, not having Alejandro Benefield, which he'll be out for 3 more games before he can come back. And I think that made a big difference in how they approached the game.
Jim, the fan base for the Mocs, I mean, they've been in other SEC stadiums, but a chance to come to Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Tiger Stadium, the good food, the good people down here. What kind of traveling party do you think is going to happen for the Mocs?
I don't know. I think they sold out their section because it's funny, whenever we go to Knoxville or we go to Tuscaloosa, there's all these Mocs fans there, and this and that and the other. I said, there's a lot of these people I didn't see on the Wofford trip or Furman or some of those. But, we're in SEC country, so even diehard Chattanooga fans, they also have an SEC fan that they root for or root against or something. And, again, part of it for Chattanooga, players won't admit it, coaches won't admit it, but part of it is just enjoying the SEC atmosphere and the absolute highest level of college football on the planet, and that's part of it. So, UTC will bring a good contingent, I would say. They'll fill up their section, I would think.
Good.
But, part of it is the atmosphere, and part of it's just being at Tiger Stadium, where I've never been before. I've seen basketball games. I've done basketball games at LSU. Shoot, I'm looking forward to it myself.
Yeah, walk around, get there early, and, if you come, they'll feed you, as we always like to say here. You mentioned basketball. We've got a basketball coach you're pretty familiar with. Will Wade cut his teeth as the head coach of the UT Mocs before he went to VCU and now at LSU. Why don't you tell our fan base who are starving for basketball, because basketball has quite a history at this school from back in the day, but what can our fan base expect from Will Wade from your observations and being with him for a couple of years?
I feel like I turned Will Wade into a media superstar. I'll just take credit for that. It was his first head coaching job in Chattanooga. He had just been with Shaka Smart at VCU. I think Will is such high energy, such a good guy to be around, and he will. There's no doubt about who's in charge. I'll say that. When Will came here, even in his first day as the head coach in Chattanooga, and then later on VCU and now at LSU, there was no doubt who was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Someone jokingly coined the term for Will, called him a basketball savant.
Okay.
He lives it, he breathes it, he eats it, he gets up early and talks about it. And I think Will Wade is just a perfect fit for LSU in the fact that not only does he know basketball, but he's got a big personality. I remember his press conference where they introduced him, and he just wowed people with his presentation.
Mm-hmm.
He was, as soon as he took center stage, you could tell he enjoyed center stage, and he was ready for the moment. Same thing in Richmond at VCU, and I saw when Will was first named at LSU, and obviously he grabbed a headline or two, and he doesn't shy away from that. I think he embraces it, and I think you folks have a very, very entertaining product, at least in a year or two. And I think Will put his stamp on that program and make LSU basketball, great and back to that tradition of having great teams.
Jim, give us a Will Wade story away from basketball. Maybe a road trip somewhere, or one day not in the arena, not in the gymnasium. Give the LSU fans a little something on Will Wade that maybe they wouldn't be expecting to hear.
Okay, I can do that. First of all, Will used to make fun of me all the time, which is fine. I get it. The very first trip that he ever took as the head coach was to Radford. Radford is in Virginia, near Virginia Tech, kind of.
Right.
And so, we're on the bus going to Radford, and I think we get there like at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, semi-late at night, a long trip and that kind of thing. And Will stands up, grabs a plastic bag, and goes to the players in the back of the bus and says, "Okay, everyone put your cell phone in there." And their eyes were going crazy. He goes, "You guys aren't going to be on the cell phone all night talking to your girlfriends and talking to this and that and the other." And when he took every cell phone of the players, and they were unable to have their cell phones, which is, the third appendage right now, I believe, in this day and age. When he took their cell phones, you could have heard a pin drop, and you should have seen the faces of the players. Even I was sitting there. I didn't know if I had to give them mine or not. Or I didn't know if I, even as an adult, I didn't know if I was under curfew or not. But when he took the player's cell phone, that made a statement from game number one, what was important and what he was going to put up with.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's really
great. That's great to hear. Well, look, we greatly appreciate your time. Safe travels. Come hungry, and don't want anything but seafood. Okay, we'll take care of you.
That personally, you, Jordy's going to take care of you. I'm just going to find someone that's going to.
We'll take care of you. I know how to get in touch with you. We'll take care of you. All right? Is that a deal?
That sounds like a plan.
All right, and maybe will ride you around in that golf cart, take you around campus, and have a ball and show you what it's all about.
I'll find him.
There you go, buddy. Jim, thank you so much.
Enjoyed it. Good talking to you all.
Okay, buddy. It's Jim Reynolds, the play-by-play voice of the UT Chattanooga Mocs. Good guy.
I love that story. The phone's into the bag. I don't know if you can get away with that much anymore. As he said, I mean,
you think
what would we do if Alan came in here and said for me and you to give up our phones? We'd be like, no, we can't do that.
You think Ben Simmons gives up his phone? That's a touchy subject for you. I understand.
No, it's not a touchy subject, but but is he ever going to play in the NBA?
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Is he?
Rookie of the year.
Rookie? What league?
NBA. Come on now, Big Ben. Let's go. He's going to be great.
But anyway, going back to what you said, I agree with the whole FCS thing. And look, Jim seems like a great guy. He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Okay, he's been there, done that, and he told some good stories. But
they'll be fired up.
Yeah.
Their fan base will be fired up.
Yeah, they're in Tiger
That's all
Stadium.
that's going to be fired up.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then it'll be named that score after that, right?
Right.
A lot of guys in the game. Does Miles Brennan get more snaps this week than last?
Absolutely. But here's what, and this is what the old regime did that I don't think this regime will do. Whenever they put the backup quarterback in, it was always handoff, punt. Or handoff, and just handoff all the way, and the game's over. Chattanooga's getting a pretty nice check. I don't feel sorry for them if the score gets out of hand. You got to let the kid play the game and play the playbook. You got to let him. It's the only way they get better in case the worst scenario occurs.
Well, and Coach Arth of Chattanooga would understand that. He's a guy that backed up Peyton Manning with the Colts. Right. I mean, he's been around.
What were his chances of getting in the game?
Yeah, he's backing up Peyton Manning.
Never.
Hey, clipboard. He put the hat on, the clipboard.
Matt Flynn. Flynn.
But Arth didn't make as much money as Matt Flynn.
No, he shouldn't.
But no, LSU's got to get better. They got to don't get anybody hurt. Get better. Because it's conference opener on the road the following week. Good quarterback at State, Nick Fitzgerald. He's good. And I don't know what the rest of them are. Again, they'll be in Ruston this weekend to play Louisiana Tech. You can hear that game on WUBR. Pregame at 5 p.m., kickoff at 6:30.
Another Hall of Famer, right?
Longtime voice and Hall of Famer Dave Nitz of the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. So you can catch all their games on our station. This is the 4th year we're doing that. So you might want to get a little peek on Mississippi.
You have reached.
There you go. There we go. And we didn't reach nobody. On Mississippi State, as they're up in Ruston. The Bulldogs versus Bulldogs, and Tech's not a bad football team.
No, that's not a bad game. We've played Tech before, and
Yeah, well, okay. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. We got plenty more for you here on Tigers Roar. Jordy Holberg, Tommy Chrysan, stay with us on Pelican Sports TV.
Jaguar Nation, I'd like to say thank you for your continued support of our student athletes and our coaches. Once again, you have shown America we have the greatest fans in the country. It's time. Football season. Season tickets are available. Go Jags.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-718-3516. 800-718-3516.
Hooper Road Car Care in Central has been serving customers for over 24 years. Locally owned by Donald and Gina Gaspard, they provide all types of car care, including brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, AC service, transmission, computer diagnostic, and much more. Hooper Road Car Care also provides towing services. Call 225-262-7127. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, 9695 Hooper Road in Central.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Hello. Hola. Ni hao.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We continue with Tigers Rule. Again, thank Jim Reynolds. What a super job he did, voice of the Mocs. Flying in, does high school football on Friday night, so he's flying in for the game, flying out.
Hall of Famer, still loves doing the high school games. That's awesome.
Hey, we here at Pelican,
Awesome.
huge fans of all high school
Absolutely.
sports, boys, girls, football, basketball, baseball, softball, it don't matter. Soccer, wrestling, lacrosse.
You know what I love about high school football? You'll see 4 or 5 kids that are like really big and tall. Then you'll see about 30 kids that are just like that, but they just love to play, and it's terrific. It's terrific.
It's the last, the
last hurrah.
Last hurrah.
Yeah.
I've done hundreds of high school games, be it radio and or TV. To have the band, the dancing team, the cheerleaders, the moms with the shirts says my son's
Great
number
stuff.
64 and all that stuff.
Great stuff.
It's kind of cool, and it's usually a quaint atmosphere because it's a small stadium with a couple thousand people in it.
You know what I just realized?
What you do?
We're doing this show live on a Wednesday. There's no football on a Wednesday, but Thursday there'll be football, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and pretty soon with like the Sun Belt, with UL Lafayette, they'll play on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we'll have football all the time.
Follow the money. That's one of your sayings. Follow the money. That's what
never
it is.
lies.
Also this week, Coach Ed Orgeron gathered with the media for some questions and some answers, some really good stuff from our colleagues. Want to share that with you now. Here's Tiger football coach Ed Orgeron.
You complimented your offensive line. Can you share any grades, like with specific guys? And also, the guys that missed the game with suspension, do they go right back to where they were? Or is there any lingering effect on deciding when those guys play?
Yeah, we thought our guys graded out pretty good. Most of them grade out in the high 90s, which is awesome. We had a couple guys make some mistakes. We know the young guys were going to make mistakes. I thought the young guys played fantastic. For their first game, the older guys helped them out. You can hear them on the sideline, help them making their calls and stuff. So I thought the offensive line played great. Obviously, there's some things that Jeff wants to fix, but you know what? We had a mixed bag unit all camp, and Jeff did a great job of keeping those guys healthy. They played, they stayed healthy. The guys that didn't play this week are going to work their way back. We're not going to make that decision right now. That could go all the way up to game time.
Yeah, Darius guys carried the ball 20 times in the first half of the night, 13 in the first quarter. Was that by design? Was that a bit too much? Or what was ideal for you, for him?
Yeah, I think anytime you get over 25 is too much because we have 3-4 backs that can run the football. We don't want to wear them out. But I do believe it was what they was giving us. We wanted to give Darius the ball on the first play, on the fly sweep, and that we thought that was a very good play. It's something that can gain some yardage. I don't think that you're going to see Darius carrying the ball over 25 times or 30 times in a game, every game. We don't want to wear him out.
Hey, Coach, at your coach's show, you were asked what was the difference between being the interim head coach and being the permanent head coach, and you said you coached the same on the outside, but you're going to feel different on the inside. What was the experience like of leading LSU into a season opener?
It was great. Just focusing on the preparation. But Saturday morning I woke up, I was a little nervous for the first time, and I wanted the team to play well. And I knew we had a new offense, new special teams. There was a lot of new working parts that were going on during the game. So those things were important to me. The first time that Matt calls games, I'm on the headsets with him, and we're doing the game time communication with them. We got a lot of things going on. We got a lot of new freshmen playing. We don't know what's going to happen, what BOI is going to do to us. So there was a lot of anxiety inside, but I didn't show it at all. Remained calm. Our guys were fired up. I believe that the team gives you confidence when you see the way they prepare and you see them right before a game. I knew we were ready to play. I knew we were going to play well.
Down here on the left. After you watched film, what did you think of your freshmen on defense, Chason, Taylor, Delpit, Vincent, some of those guys who started and played a lot?
Recruit. We're glad we have them. They're exactly what we thought about in recruiting. The thing that I was really impressed with them most was their mental outlook on the game. The game was not too big for them at all. They were running around ready to go. They didn't have the deer in the headlights look at all. They were ready to go. They played like vets. I thought they graded out very well. Grant Delpit started off with that play. Tyler Taylor on that power. Caleb Bond did his assignments exactly like we wanted. Kerry went in there and played a great job on nickel. They all did a fantastic job.
Good, straight ahead. DJ Chark back there on punts. Yeah. You had said Dante Jackson would be there. Right. The reason for the switch, and will that be the case going forward?
Yeah, we felt that ball security for our first game, ball security was of utmost importance, and we felt that he had the best ball security out there. We did it. It's his first time doing it in a game, but we knew that he was going to catch the football. We felt that he had better ball security skills, and that's why we did it. Will that be the case going forward? We'll see. We always want Dante to go there. Dante's a game breaker, you know what I'm saying? But we just got to get him comfortable and catching the ball the way we want him to, and once he does that, we're going to be in good shape.
A lot of talk about the young guys on defense, but the 60-year senior, Corey Thompson, coming out with a couple of sacks. Yeah. What kind of value does he bring to that side of the ball?
Speed. And Corey's very strong. He's strong. He's strong at the point of attack. We ran a little stunt where we looped him across the center, changed direction, reached out to grab the quarterback, very strong and quick. He and Killabon is good off the edge. When we get Arden Key back on that team, we're going to have what we call a cheetah team. We're going to have a very good pass rush system. Corey does a good job. He did a good job of taking care of his pass rush responsibility. He did a good job on the first play. They ran a power. He played with leverage, came across and made the play. He used his hands well. He has to stay healthy. That's the one thing with Corey. He's faced a lot of adversity through injuries, which is not his fault. We feel that he can stay healthy. He can have an outstanding season.
Ed, over here on the side. You mentioned when you get Arden back, is he still waiting to be cleared for contact?
Yeah.
And what's his participation level been like?
He's still waiting to be cleared for contact. We're going to do a little bit more with him today. I want to see what he can do. He'll get a little more contact today as far as repetitions. I don't know if he's full speed yet, but we're bringing him along in increments. He is not ready to play. He's not being cleared to play for a game yet.
Ed, talk a little bit more, if you would, about
the pregame, leading the team down the hill, leading them into the stadium. The first game's always a little special.
Yeah.
And why was it important to you to want to add the former players coming down the hill with you?
Look, I grew up watching LSU football, and just being around those guys and seeing them play in Tiger Stadium, I think it gives us all motivation. It all gives us a sense of family. I wanted to bring them back. You know, at Miami, we brought back all the players. They were always there. At USC, Marcus Allen would be on my side. You know, all the great players would come back. They'd be in the dressing room. I remember playing against Notre Dame. We're going down the tunnel. Ron Yerry is screaming in the tunnel. I just remember Jerome Brown and them calling Cortez Kennedy, before the game. And I think that's a great tradition that LSU can have. And we brought all the guys back. They're going to be back again. Our guys love having them around. We brought some of the greats back. Derek brought Tommy Casanova, all the great ones back, and they talk to the team. And I just think it gives us strength and unity and makes them feel important because they bled the purple and gold.
Ed, right. Could you address a couple of things? You've split out J.D. Moore and Foster Moreau a lot at receiver.
Yeah.
Tell us about why do that and how they did. And then Frank Herron, what's his status right now?
Well, here's the deal. That's all Matt stuff, and he wants to create mismatches. And, we put these guys in a position where we call the F position, and they can do a variety of things. The F position could be a tight end. It can be a wide receiver. It depends on the play. And we put those guys out there to create mismatches or create another hole in the line of scrimmage to get the safety out the box. That's why he does it. With Frank Herron, obviously Frank Herron did not play last week. Frank Herron is going to be on a week-to-week basis. He's not ready to play right now, and he's not cleared to play, and I don't know when he's going to play.
Coach, to your left. Obviously, you want to always respect your opponent going against Chattanooga, but is this one of those games where you could try to play those freshmen a little bit more, especially in Tiger Stadium?
Yeah, here's the challenge of this week, okay, is focus in on the task at hand, get our team ready for a battle, and we've all been in these games where you can overlook your opponent, and it turns out to be a battle. So we're not planning anything but a battle. Obviously, if things go the way we want them to, in any game, just like you saw last week, we're putting it in the freshmen. We will play the freshmen, but only when it's time. We're not going into the game saying we're not playing this guy, we're not playing this guy. We're going guns are loaded to win the football game, whatever it takes.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned earlier that you thought that anytime you get over 25 carries, it's a little too much. Is that a conversation that you've had with Darius? Have you guys talked about what an appropriate workload looks like for him this year?
Hey, he won 70. I mean, that won't be a good conversation. But you know what? We talk about it, Matt and I and Tommy and I, and rotating the guys and stuff like that. And look, I'm not saying he'll never get over 25. Hell, there might be a game where we need him to get more. But we do not want to wear him out. And that's why we use it in recruiting. We want to rotate our backs. Tommy has done a tremendous job. I have all the faith in Darryl. I have all the faith in Clyde, and Nick Brissett is coming along. We have a couple of guys getting healthy. So we want to rotate our backs. We don't want them to carry the whole load.
Over here. So obviously we're not sure how much your personal philosophy towards accountability and discipline has to do with these players, and I understand if you don't want to get into that, but I was curious if you could describe what is your philosophy on accountability and discipline,
right,
flexible versus strict, and what in your lifetime in football led you to believe that the way you do it now is the right way?
Well, obviously we have team rules. I mean, we have team rules, that's it. We have team rules. If you break the team rule, you pay a price. And that's it. We bring guys in, we counsel them, we talk to them, we give them help in a lot of areas that they need help. We're there for them. But once they cross the line, they have to face a penalty. And that's what we do.
Coach on the left, it's tough to improve off of 14 and 17, but where is there room for improvement for Danny?
Well, we want to hit the long ball. We want to be consistent in hitting the long ball. His play action pass was great. Obviously, there's going to be a rush. It's going to come. He's going to have to avoid the rush, make decisions. He's going to get hit. He didn't get hit at all. He's going to have to shake it off and make a play. And the competition as we grow is going to get stiffer. I think the thing with Danny is we all have confidence in him, but everybody's waiting to see him win the big game. And let me say this correctly. He'll never win the big game by himself. We'll do it as a team. But until he does that, I think that's going to be his mark, and he knows that.
Ed, you mentioned that cheetah that y'all would run. We saw a little bit of that with the two defensive linemen down. Well, we didn't see that last year from Dave. Is that just because you have more of that outside linebacker?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that scheme.
Yeah, last year we had Lewis Neal that could play 4 technique, and he could play 6 technique. So we didn't have to sub when we went to 3-4 to over. Now we don't have a guy that can do that. That is strong enough to play inside and is quick enough to play the quarterback. So we have to make a substitution. Now we have more outside linebackers, so we can do that. I think Dave has done a good job of using our personnel. We need to be careful what we do on third down because a lot of times you want to put all fast guys in there. And we've done that. And sometimes you move a defensive end to defensive tackle, and he gets stymied by a big guard because he's just not used to playing in there. So we're very careful what we do. But certain situations, we're going to put 4 fast guys in there and let them go.
How much agency does Etling have between choosing pass run at the line of scrimmage in this Canada
Every play. Every play, he has a choice. Every play, he has a choice of where to run the ball, what to do, and can check to the pass. Every play.
Ed, the opponent didn't, I guess, dictate it this week, but last year was a lot more nickel. If Corey Thompson is consistently one of the 11 best guys on the field, how do you look at that going forward?
Yeah, we're still anticipating a lot more nickel this year. That's just the way the league is. And we rarely see 21 personnel. And I think we played 75 to 80% nickel last year, and we're probably going to do the same this year on first down.
Over back here, just quick on Miles Brennan. I know he got a few snaps in, and there may be more opportunities for him down the road. Could you just maybe give us your evaluation of him and your eagerness to see more?
He's been excellent. He's been excellent all camp. There were some scrimmages out there that he was one of the best players on the field. But he wasn't ready, and he's still a young boy, a young man growing up. And we want to let him grow into the offense. It was his first time, think about this. He's walking to the Superdome and taking snaps for the Tigers. That was a big deal for him, but he handled it well. I thought the way he threw the pass, the dump pass to 22, he read the linebacker perfect. You could see him read the linebacker stuck. He dumped it to 22, first down. And he's smart. He knows his reads. He can throw the football. He has the grasp of the offense right now. He's learning. He's going to grow. Hopefully we can get him a lot of experience this year. But we have to see how the game goes.
Coach, towards the back end of last year, D. Anderson was making some catches and some plays. Looked like he was going to emerge as one of your new wideouts. What has held him back?
He's been out with an injury all camp. He has not practiced yet. He has not practiced one time in camp. He's been out with an injury all camp, and I don't know if he's going to be back this week. So.
Ed, the same question, but a different player instead of D. Cy Martin, we haven't seen him at practice. He kind of in the same boat there?
Yeah, Cy Martin will be practicing today. I do believe he's practicing today. He should be practicing today, yeah.
We continue with Tigers Roar. There's a lot from Coach O.
Yeah, I mean, very candid. Tells it like it is. Look, I really thought Danny Etling, that was his best game as an LSU Tiger. He was 14 of 17. 2 of the incompletions were basic throwaways. So to me, he was 14 of 15. He took what the defense gave him. He checked off at the line of scrimmage. They were allowing LSU, begging LSU to run the football. I think their game plan, BYU, was to make LSU drive the ball down the field, 10, 11, 12 play drives, thinking that maybe in that longevity that they would make a mistake or shoot themselves in the foot. LSU didn't, and was pretty good. I thought Edlin was terrific.
There we go. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. He'll join us. A little bit of recruiting info, and we'll get his thoughts on the Tigers. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan, Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. Don't forget the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. Stay with us. Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm back. Roger Cador here. Come watch Clarence Bugs and I as we team up to bring up all of the positive things taking place at Southern University in the state of Louisiana. It can all be seen on the Pelican Sports. That's the best one. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's the best one.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com. Tigers Roar. It's our pleasure to once again be joined by Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Good evening, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to be with you guys again.
All right, so what did that win do for LSU as far as recruiting is concerned? To me, Ed Orgeron played 17 freshmen. I think he was sending a message to recruits. You come to LSU, you get to play early as a true freshman. I think that was the message he was trying to make and send to those recruits. Does that make sense?
I agree. I think it's fantastic from a perception point of view. Any regional or national sports writers going into the season who were talking about grading the hires that were hired last year, and Orgeron didn't fare too well on most of those lists. And then you go see Herman lay an egg. Ooh. And Texas A&M meltdown. Auburn folks aren't happy. You know, and then all
Tennessee,
of a sudden LSU's moving up in the polls. They put on a convincing performance on national television, despite being on opposite, you know, the Alabama-Florida State game. You know, people start talking about LSU differently, and so you keep doing that. It kind of goes with what we've been saying all off season. Winning will cure everything, and certainly with the offensive guys still on the board that you're waiting to get commitments on, I think that helps. Despite all of us sitting around counting plays and ratios to run versus pass, I don't. You know, at the end of the game, you look it up and you see it. But I'm watching the game, and at no point was I watching it and thinking, "Oh boy, this is lopsided runs versus pass."
Okay. That was my next question. What did this do for those offensive recruits?
This is giving up that kind of yards.
Yeah, but this is a season in progress. This, you know, I think high school players, the good ones, understand what the game plan called for compared to what BYU was doing defensively. Do you think, with that in mind, that this week will be a little bit more different? Rather than use just 10% of the playbook, maybe they use 20%?
Well, yeah, and it could also be that, you know, you get things, you jump up early and you know, say you're up 28-0 in the second quarter. Well, then there's no need to play guys in the second half.
That's right.
And then you start to get a lot of other guys into the game and then start, you know, doing some things that you didn't get to do against.
But you let them play. You let them play. You don't handcuff them.
Shake out.
Yeah, you don't handcuff them, right? You let them play the game. I mean, Chattanooga is getting a sizable check. We shouldn't feel sorry for them. Let Miles Brennan throw the football. Let him run the plays that they do rather than just hand the ball off.
Right.
Okay.
Mike, week one of the prep football season in Louisiana last week, I know you guys had a lot of cameras out there. Was there maybe a guy that
stood
in
out
week one that maybe caught your attention, wasn't near the top of your list yet?
Well, you know, we went to the Dunham Central game and filmed that one, and I really like Mike Williams. He doesn't get talked about near enough. Of course, plays both ways for them.
Who's he play for?
LSU is a defensive end outside linebacker. Alabama offered, LSU offered, Texas A&M's in the mix.
Who does he play for, Mike?
Dunham.
Oh, okay. All right.
And, of course, LSU has also offered Derek Stingley, the class of 2019 defensive back, who's, you know, one of the top national players for next year. So Corey Raymond was there watching it. So that's another big difference between Les Miles' program and Ed Orgeron. His coaches are out early in the season, and even though there was a big opener the next day, his coaches were in high school stadiums. So to me, that was something that was an issue under Coach Miles that, you know, between that and pulling back practices and practicing more like an NFL program, those are probably the two biggest things that Coach Orgeron's done.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. There was a big game Thursday night in New Orleans between John Curtis and Landry Walker.
Yeah, we were there, too, on that one as well.
Big-time prospects there?
Yeah, certainly Devonta Jason. We posted video from that game. And, you know, LSU's continuing to recruit him despite being committed to Kansas. He was there the few Saturdays back when they hosted a bunch of recruits for that unofficial Saturday. And so that's going to be one to watch. How many games does he show up for unofficial visits? That will be very telling. Of course, he's currently rated as a 5-star on Rivals.com. And plus there's Jamar Chase from Rummel. So we've got about 4 video cameras out every weekend, and we're going to do it again this weekend. Saturday we were actually at the Gina Winfield game and got a chance to see Jeray Jenkins. And while we were filming him, he went down with a broken tibia in the second quarter. So,
oh, my gosh.
He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Quarterback position, you know, with Lindsey Scott leaving and the possibility of maybe another one leaving, we don't know for sure. Has that become an area of concern as far as recruiting for this 2018 class?
Yeah, and Justin McMillan's tweeting out kind of provocative things that, he's going to graduate early, and I mean, it makes sense. If he's going to graduate early, he's going to want to go
play.
If he can play somewhere,
right?
That's why I just think you can't. You got to find a quarterback for this class if you can get one.
Okay.
All right, Mike, as always, we appreciate you joining us, and we want you to tell the folks why they should subscribe and what they can get from TigerBait.com.
Yeah, that's it. Go to TigerBait.com. We post more exclusive prospect video than anybody else. If you're an LSU fan, follow recruiting. We put up all our high-def video, and we're going to have a lot of it for you this fall, plus our football coverage, basketball coverage, our all-day chats every Wednesday. We've got it all for you at TigerBait.com.
All right, Mike, as always, enjoy visiting with you. We'll do it again soon.
All right, talk soon. Thanks.
Take care, buddy. All right.
All right, Mike Scarborough, man.
Got to get a quarterback.
It's all about the recruiting. Yeah, you got to get a quarterback every year. I mean,
And no, they won't bring any prospects to Chattanooga. They'll wait. There's only a couple of weekends, and they'll bombard them. Like the Auburn game will be probably the biggest game of the recruiting season of having prospects on your campus. That'll be the one.
Yeah, well, and that'll be packed.
Right.
And that'll be
You want the
almost
best
filled to the
environment?
rafters.
Yeah, exactly.
And all
Shaq
that
will
good
show
stuff.
up for that one. Shaq always shows up for one game. And since Alabama's on the road, he'll show up for Auburn.
I saw a picture today in Kent Lowe's office, Kent Lowe and Shaq Shaq had Kent's glasses on.
I got to tell you.
That was kind of cool.
I got to tell you, Shaq is a huge man. But let me tell you, Yao Ming
I've seen that picture of them two
Shaq
next to each
look
other.
like a point guard.
Oh, no, it's if you Google Yao Ming, Shaquille O'Neal, there's a picture of them two guys standing on like a patio or a backyard
Biggest
porch
human
or
being.
something, and Shaq will look like a 12-year-old kid next to Yao Ming. Google that. I'm telling you, you'll find it.
Look at my shoulders. That's one of Yao Ming's thighs. Biggest human being I've ever
and quite athletic.
seen.
I might
Very
add.
athletic.
You were courtside many a time when he played.
Enormous.
And he could move a little bit.
Enormous. I mean, seriously, that's crazy.
I remember sitting courtside at an old New Orleans Jazz game. You know, we snuck down the chairs, and Bob Lanier, playing for the Pistons, came after a loose ball and took the chair next to me, and like it got mangled when he hit it.'d have hit me, I might have been in the hospital for a month. I thought Bob Lanier, not that he was tall like Jabbar, but Lanier was just a huge man, a good 6'11".
He would look like a fourth grader to Yao Ming.
Yeah, that's something else.
Scary.
We're going to take a break, come back. We're going to run around the state a little bit. Got some other teams that did a lot of good stuff. We got a few more things for you, a little more LSU stuff, too.
There you go. All right, there you go.
You good with that? You got something you want to pick on Chattanooga some more?
No.
Don't schedule those folks.
How much do you think
Jordan.
does anybody know how much they're making?
I have not seen a number.
I bet you it's about $650.
I was going to say 6 if I had to
Something
guess,
like that.
but I have not seen a
I don't
number.
know. I don't either. Good for them.
Somebody will figure
those
that number
numbers
out.
are coming down a lot, but other schools are still paying $1 million or $1 million plus to get those
I'm
rental
sure
wins.
Nichols is getting a nice check going to Texas A&M this weekend. I'll find that one
bet
out. I
you-
got ways I can find
if
that one
I'm
out.
Nichols, I'm gonna say, hey,
8.
No. I'm saying how bad you need a win so bad the price just went up. it went up double my rate.
Our plane and bus is broke.
And I would go to John Chamber. Hey, Chief, you need a win bad, dude. Raise them. Has that lawsuit been settled? I haven't heard a word.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
I haven't heard a word.
We got
Nichols,
plenty
we need
more.
to talk. We got to raise the rate,
My
baby.
my old roommate Tim Rebo, the head coach down
Need
there.
to raise the ante. How bad do you need to win,
I gotta
Aggies?
get Tim on the phone tomorrow. And
They
I can
need to
do
win
that.
bad. Up the ante. Let's go.
Jordy Holfer and
Negotiate.
Tommy Christ, and we've got more of Tigers Roar. Spread the roar. We'll be right back.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Hooper Road Car Care in Central has been serving customers for over 24 years. Locally owned by Donald and Gina Gaspard, they provide all types of car care, including brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, AC service, transmission, computer diagnostic, and much more. Hooper Road Car Care also provides towing services. Call 225-262-7127. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. 9695 Hooper Road in Central.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
We continue with Tigers Roar, and what we want to do now, we've done this for many years on the program, Louisiana Sports Writers Association, an outstanding group that does so many things for the sports fans throughout the state of Louisiana. Each and every week they select some players of the week in college football. And they do it for other sports, but here on Tigers Roar, you know, we like spreading it around the state a little bit with us airing in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, and of course on the internet in other cities and YouTube where people are watching all over Louisiana. And here are the opening week Louisiana Sports Writers Association Players of the Week. On offense, quarterback Jonathan Banks of Tulane had a big game in the win against Grambling. On defense, there was a tie. LSU senior linebacker Corey Thompson and redshirt junior linebacker for the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, Davion Washington. Special teams, no-brainer there. Raymond Calais of ULL, Coach Mark Hudspeth's team, that big shootout with Southeastern. He had 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown in the same game. Raymond Calais, your special teams player of the week. Also, there was a really big game out on the bluff at A.W. Mumford Stadium, the season opener on a Sunday on national TV. Nice crowd was on hand, and Coach Dawson Odom's Jaguars knocked off a ranked South Carolina State Bulldog team. We're going to share that win for the Jaguars with you right here on Tigers Roar.
Third and 3. And Howard looking near side, has a man inside or right out of. Just joined the team this week. And that one not even close. Going to be short. Might have been a hand that deflected that one. And Howard, little delay. Big hole. Going up the middle and all the way in. Touchdown. Devon Ben, 27
years. State. Take that, Jay Walker.
He had a great leg on that one. That would have been good for
quarterback.
And Howard, talk about a throw. He throws that one all the way across field. Right.
Havoc.
Setting up the screen near side and plenty of room.
Wide open.
And this is Ben down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. And on the keeper, and he has got nothing but real estate. Touchdown, 6-yard walk-in for Austin Howard, and Southern now up 13-3. And Howard throws, has a man, and will have first.
See the tip, 2 white jerseys there, and then Taylor gets it at his highest point. Nice athletic play. Not easy. Knew he was going to get hit. Took the contact from Herb Edwards. And something Tiffany said there.
And a big hole cutting back the other way. It's a foot race down the near sideline. And Trey Samuel
getting receiver.
Keeper once again and met immediately as he
and his mother to fight through it.
And that one picked off on the far side. 1 man to beat. And a nice touchdown saving. Version ties this game, and they should get it in great field position on 4th and 41. That one blocked in the end zone. It's loose. Oh. And it goes out of bounds. Safety. It's going to be a safety.
Oh,
for the Pittsburgh Steelers or South Carolina State for that matter. And on a key 3rd down, stepping up in the pocket and met fumble. Who's got it? They're going to have to unpile a lot of jerseys back there. And it looks as
on the bubble. And I'll explain it right after this play. I'll explain it right after this play.
People think you're crazy, Jay. Here's a nice nifty footwork and first down yardage as he plows out over the 40 to the 45. 12 away from ending the 3rd quarter. Here's Howard rolling out. Pitches it ahead. Has a man. First down yardage. So there's a very important teams and the videos that matter most to you. Key 3rd down, and the man is wide open across the middle of the field, and it'll be first down yard. It was 12 yards to go on 3rd down. And a strike fire at that time by Howard. Gets his man across.
Offensive line on the left side. Came back and throw right. I like the design of the play.
Howard under some pressure. He fumbled the football. And his offensive lineman appears to have fallen on top of it. It was Jodeci Harris. Big backup tackle fell on that one to prevent. And first down, here's Ford passing on the far side and hit immediately and brought down.
Razzle dazzle. Oh.
Fumble, loose ball, and a razzle dazzle, and they turn it over. Oh. On the draw play. This one straight up the middle for good yardage. Another key 3rd down. No pitch and catch near side. First down yardage maybe, depending on the spot. And here is Herbert Edwards. Goes right up 3rd down so far. Quick pitch, far side. And they'll be a little bit short of the 1st and 2.
No, sir.
Handoff, and that is not going to get anywhere. They sniffed that one out in a hurry. That one has no chance.
Comes the blitz.
Ford.
Wide open.
Wide open. Oh, he dropped
another.
Receiver split near side. Here's Ford. Looking near side. Going deep sideline. And that one dropped as he's going out. Drive a line. Ford. Looking far side. And that one knocked away. Danny Johnson.
So a nice way to start the season for Coach Dawson Odoms and the Jaguar football team. Don't forget, you can see the Jaguar football show with Coach Dawson Odoms here on Pelican Sports TV on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the evening. And they got the Jaguar football show Facebook page. You can check that out. So once again, Southern knocks off the ranked South Carolina State Bulldogs. Nice win out at A.W. Mumford to get the season going. Now they'll head over to Hattiesburg and play Southern Mississippi. Elsewhere, a shootout at Cajun Field in Lafayette, 51-48. the Raging Cajuns. This is what happened. It was 49-42. Southeastern scores a touchdown late in the game, make it 49-48. Coach Ron Roberts says he's going for two. They're going to try to get the win. Lafayette ran the extra point attempt back the other way, and they got the 2 points, hence the score 51-48. Raging Cajuns in a shootout in Lafayette. So a big one right there. Coach Ron Roberts, the Southeastern Lions, he's done a good job over there the last bunch of years, including winning a couple of Southland Conference titles. Here's Coach Ron Roberts talking about the Lion football program.
Obviously, probably was a real exciting game for a lot of people to watch. There were some bright spots. There was a lot of things I was real proud about our kids. I thought we came out and played exceptionally hard. I thought we faced some adversity, obviously, in the game a couple times, and I thought our guys responded great. I thought, our offensive line, our ability to run the ball, Eugene Bethea, I think Lorenzo getting his first start at quarterback, I thought those guys did exceptionally well. I thought, probably the biggest part to me is to get the ball 95 yards away with an opportunity to win it, and our guys take the ball down and do an excellent job of executing a drive and going down and scoring. I thought, again, that there was, obviously there's some things we got to get fixed. There were some couple coverage unit problems. There was some pocket spots on special teams as well, though. Obviously, our punt return unit, I think we really did a great job all night on that. Our kickoff return had some good parts there on special teams. We got to fix some coverage unit problems, and I'm excited about getting on the field. I think we'll hopefully see a huge improvement between week 1 and week 2, and that's usually what we're looking for. But there was a lot of positives in there, and then everything we saw, the negative parts are all correctable things that we can take care of. Questions?
Obviously, you guys go for 2 or go for the win. Thought process on that?
Yeah, it just, that stage of the game where you're at, the simplest thing for me is that you're sitting there, we're on the 3-yard line, and these things that when you go to overtime, they back you up on the 20, and you would die to be on the 3 with an opportunity to win the ball game. So the chances are there, that you're gonna make the most of it. You got 3 yards to go and to get the W, and I thought we had a play. I thought we had the right call, and we did, and it was there. We just didn't get it executed, and hats off to them.
That was quite the shootout for the fans over there at Cajun Field in Lafayette. Big one with Southeastern and ULL. And like that game, many games around the country, not a lot of defense got played. I mean, we saw scores that looked like basketball scores in a lot of cases. All right, we'll take a break, come back with much more of Tigers Roar. We want you to spread the roar, and don't forget, this is original airing of this program each week on Wednesday night, replays Friday night at 7, Saturday morning at 10. The ETEL cable system Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. And, of course, youtube.com/Pelican Broadcast. And we'll come back with more of Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-779-1032, 800-779-1032.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For total home pest control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Rook, continuing to run around the state. Nice win for the Tulane Green Wave in New Orleans. Coach Willie Fritz. Green Wave get off to a good start, knocking off Grambling State. Of course, Grambling and Southern will play in the Classic in the Superdome later this year. Here's Willie Fritz talking about the Green Wave.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job in all three phases in the first half. Really controlled the clock. We didn't run the ball as effectively as I wanted to, but I talked about it. They have an unconventional defense. They stack the box, and we're able to throw the football effectively. And I thought for his first game, I thought Jonathan Banks showed a lot of poise and, made some really good decisions. And then also, you get a lot of one-on-one opportunities with the quarterback out on the perimeter. And, there's 3 or 4 times they had it played fairly well, and it still was a gain of 5 or 6 yards for us. Yeah, we got to be multidimensional, because sometimes if they really want to take away the run, they can do it. If they want to pack the box in there, and they do, and it's kind of a bare front, and they didn't have a middle closed player, free safety, which they'd done against quite a few people, and they're a tough defense. They've stopped a lot of people. That's a very good defense. Coach Everett Todd, their D coordinator, does an excellent job. So I was pleased with our ability to throw the football while they were stymieing us in the run game. I thought we played great early. Kind of ran out of gas there at a couple points. We kind of stopped rushing a little bit. The other thing too, we worked as much as we could on rush lanes, attacking the quarterback with leverage. We knew that his escape path was always outside. And darn if we didn't lose contained probably about 5 or 6 times where we could have really stopped them dead in their tracks. But the last touchdown we put in our second group, and that was a pretty quick drive. They didn't play real well. But as I told them down there in the locker room, everybody gets an opportunity to show what they can do at some point in time. You just got to take advantage of it. And some guys are going to play more. And some guys that haven't been playing, and they won't be playing. They didn't play quite as well as what they needed to. But it's great to have a win and then also see a lot of things that you can improve on. Yeah, really nice. The thing that Banks just does a nice job of is pitching the ball. He's kind of natural doing it, and that was we finally came up with a scheme where we were going to outflank him with the long touchdown run by Unkelot, and really nice fake and attacking the pitch key and pitching off of him by Jonathan.
Talk a little bit about how you felt the offensive line played.
There were some good things, but I was disappointed a little bit in our pass protection wasn't as firm as we needed to. We let some people go. Towards the end there, I thought we kind of wore them out. I thought Hutterson and Bradwell came in and really played well. A lot of that was we were knocking them off the ball. I think they still had all their ones in the game, and we were doing a good job with the down scheme and running a little counter scheme against them. I had some success with that.
Looking ahead, would you say the offensive line is probably the area where you need to make the most improvement?
Yeah, you know, I think we're better up there. We got more guys that can play. I think there's more creases and seams. But you know, we've got to be able to convert and get first downs and move the chains. And, you know, because this game coming up, you know, there might only be 8, 9, 10 possessions per team, and you got to take advantage of every single one of them. So we got to match them at the very least.
Neenan missed the 2 extra points. I didn't see about the snap or stuff like that, but what happened on
You know, it looked like a decent snap and decent hold, and, you know, we're going to have to go back and look. I don't know if his plant foot was too close to the ball, or he's out in front of it, or his hips were turned, or whatever the case may be. It looked good early, you know, but then those 2 extra points, you know, are disappointing. Those got to be automatic.
How big a game is that? You guys did well in the conference last year to just go in and show that this team is a lot bigger.
Well, they're all big, you know, and this one's bigger because it is a conference game. You know, it'd be nice to be out there in front and be 1-0. There's not a whole lot of conference games, I don't think, this upcoming weekend. And, you know, they're going to be very disciplined. You know, they know they're in midseason form, the first day of preseason camp. They've been running that offense forever. So, you know, we've spent a lot of time on them. We spent a lot of time this summer. We spent a lot of time in preseason camp. So it's not like we haven't seen it yet. We're not going to be putting together a game plan here tomorrow. You know, you can't do that with that type of team. So it'll be a fun week and a challenging week.
Hey, don't forget this Saturday night right after LSU Chattanooga in Tiger Stadium. They'll kick it off about 6:30. We'll be on the air at about 9:30 with the Pelican Sports post-game show, TV and radio simulcast. Buddy Sanji and I, your phone calls, your text messages on the smartphones, on the apps. Right after the game, the TV program will repeat Sunday mornings back-to-back, 9 and 10:30. It's a 90-minute program, reports from the stadiums. Again, your phone calls, your text messages. Buddy and I will have the stat box in front of us. The Pelican Sports post-game show, that's after each and every LSU game, approximately 9:30 this coming Saturday night after LSU puts away the Chattanooga Mocs. We want to appreciate Jim Reynolds, voice of the Mocs, for joining us tonight, and, of course, Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. On behalf of everybody at Pelican Broadcasting, it takes a lot of people to put this show together. Most importantly, we thank you for watching it. We thank you for spreading the roar. I'm Tommy Christ, and you've been watching Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV.
Is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy, and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm back. Roger Cador here. Come watch Clarence Bugs and I as we team up to bring up all of the positive things taking place at Southern University in the state of Louisiana. It can all be seen on the Pelican Sports. That's the best one. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's the best one.